Hi guys, I hope you're all keeping well and safe. Welcome to Early Years Matters TV. On this channel, we focus on everything early childhood related. And if these are the kind of videos you're looking forward, you have to just subscribe. And not just subscribe, turn on that notification bell so that whenever a new video is being dropped on this channel, you'll be the first person to be notified. Today, I'm going to be talking about safety precautions to put in place in an ECC setting. Are you a manager of a preschool setting or an early childhood educator working in a preschool setting and you're thinking of safety precautions to put in place in this setting? Don't go anywhere. This video is for you. You need to understand that safety precautions is important in an early childhood settings because you're going to be working with young children. We're talking about children from the ages of birth to 6. And it's important that appropriate safety precautions are put in place to ensure that these children are safe within the ECC setting. You need to understand that the parents of these children are going to be leaving the children in your care for perhaps maybe Monday to Friday. Some children might be availing of full-time services, which is from Monday to Friday. While some children might be availing of part-time services, it could be maybe for two days, 3 days out of the 5 days. So it's important that as a manager of a preschool setting or an early childhood educator that you put appropriate measures in place. You need to understand that the parents are going to be leaving the children in your care. They trust you so much to their children in your care, and they believe that you're going to ensure that their children are safe. You don't want the parent to drop their children in your care and they are thinking, is my child safe? What's going on now? These are bound to happen. I'll tell you as a parent myself that these are bound to happen. You're leaving your children in the care of people that you trust so much. So you're going to have, sometimes you're going to be thinking, oh, is my children safe? What's going on? So that's why it's important that you put in place appropriate safety measures to ensure that the children are safe in your early childhood care and education setting. So this is what this video is all about. So grab your pen, your note, and take note of all of the precautions that I'm going to be talking about this video. First, I'm going to be talking about background checks of staff. Yes. As a preschool owner, it's important that you do a background check of the staff that you're going to be employing to work with these children. This is important. A background check, you're doing a police report check, you're doing a criminal report check to ensure that the children are safe, and this is important. So one of the safety precautions that you can put in place in your early childhood care and education setting is to do a background check of all the staff. This is important. You do a background check of the staff, you do a police report, a criminal report check, you do a referencing check. This is important as well. So you need to do a referencing check. What do I mean by referencing check? To a referencing check of where these people have worked in the past, the people you want to employ, what worked in the past. You're asking for a character reference so that they can vouch for them that they are the good people, that they can work with children. So it's important as a manager of a preschool setting, it's some precautions that you should put in place is to do a background check. I understand sometimes you're tight for staff and you might just be like, well, I just take this person because I need a staff. No. Don't do this. It's important that you do a background check of the staff that are going to be working with these children, because you need to understand that it's a delicate profession, early childhood care and education. So they're going to be dealing with children from birth to 6 or birth to 8. So these children, they are to really look after them, to make informed decisions for them, because sometimes they might not be able to make decisions for them. It's important that you employ a staff that will be able to make decisions for them. So that's why it's important that you do a background check of all the staff that you're going to employ to work with the children, a criminal record check, a police check, a character reference check. So this is the safety precautions that you should put in place in your early childhood care and education setting. We're going to talk about appropriate training for staff. Yes, this is important. As a preschool owner, a preschool manager, it's important that you training for staff. So you have to sit down and map out in terms of appropriate training for staff. Is it going to be monthly? Is it going to be once in 3 months? Is it going to be quarterly? Is it going to be once in 6 months or twice a year? So it's important. One of the safety precautions that you can put in place in your early childhood care and education setting is to ensure that the staff get appropriate training, because it's important. When they get appropriate training, they'll be able to implement this in their early childhood classroom. But if they don't receive training, so what are they going to implement in their early childhood classroom? Don't look at it in such a way that, yes, you have your degree in early childhood, you're good to go, you know your stuff, you know your onions. Yes, they know their stuff, they know their onions. But it's important that they also receive training as well. You need to understand that in the area of education, must be child. Yes, you're not, I'm done with my degree now and that's it. No, you need to understand that things are evolving in relation to early childhood care and education. And one of the ways you can keep up to date is to engage in CPD, continuing professional development. So this is where appropriate training comes into place. So as a manager, as a preschool owner, you are responsible for your staff in relation to them receiving appropriate training. This is important because it's the training that they receive, they'll be able to implement this in your early classroom. So you need to understand that practice goes hand in hand. So the theoretical aspect of things that they're going to be learning through training, they'll be able to implement this in their preschool classrooms. So one of the precautions is one of those in your early childhood class, ensure that the staff receive appropriate training. We're talking about adequate adult to staff ratio. Yes, this is important. So you need to, you should put in place in your early childhood setting is to ensure that there's adult to staff ratio. Yes, this is important. So you need to ensure that, for instance, if you have babies, so you need to know there's enough adult in the room to look after these babies. You're not going to say, yes, oh, I'm short of staff now. I have 6 babies in the room. Yeah, it's okay. One staff can look after them. Nobody is going to know what's going on. No. You need to ensure the children's safety by putting in place adequate to child ratio. Yes, this is important. So you need to know how many staff will have to be in the baby room, how many staff will have to be in the toddler room, in the wobbler room, in the preschool room, in the after school room. So all of this comes with you planning as well. So I'm going to have, so that means that I can only take a certain amount of babies. Don't just look at it, well, nobody's going to know. Sure, I can take extra 1 or 2 babies. No. You need to understand that you have to ensure the children's safety at every point in time. So one of the safety precautions you put in place is to ensure adequate adult to child ratio. So in your early childhood classroom, in the preschool room, how many staff will have to be in the toddler room, in the baby room, in the wobbler room, in the after school room, and you are ensuring this. This is important. This is another safety precautions that you should put in place in your early childhood setting. So in my next video, I'm going to continue in relation to safety precautions that you should put in place in your early childhood setting. And if you found this video helpful, kindly subscribe. Not just subscribe, turn on that notification bell so that whenever a new video is being dropped on this channel, you'll be the first person to be notified. And until I come your way next time, stay safe and mind yourselves for now. Bye.